Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on DraftKings for Monday, March 12th. We've only got 4 games today, so we got a short slate, but definitely don't take any days off, even though it's a short slate today. We're still going to be playing, still going to be putting out some content, trying to get out videos just pretty much every day, especially on the weekdays, trying to upload a lot more on the weekends as well. But anyways, before we do get started, guys, we'd really appreciate it if you drop a like on the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. Really helps me out, just helps me get my content out there, helps me get my name out there, and it would mean a lot if you would press that subscribe button if you haven't. But anyways, we're going to go through each position and hit on some guys we want to target, and like always, give my 5 plays for the day, 5 guys I like for tonight's slate. But starting off at point guard, we got Westbrook and Harden up top here. Westbrook's 11-6 going up against Sacramento. Harden is 10-7 against the Spurs. Westbrook's definitely got a good matchup. The Kings, they're not good defensively. Although they do play at a slow pace, they're just such a bad defensive team. You can definitely take players against the Kings. You do worry about blowout here. Westbrook is pretty priced up, 11-6. That's about a normal price tag for him. If you notice with James Harden, he's got a really cheap price today, only 10-7. Not the best matchup against the Spurs. We know the Spurs, they play solid team defense, but I do like Harden here, especially with the price tag. He's just going to be in a much more competitive game. This game, we'd imagine, it's going to be very competitive. Harden's going to play big minutes in competitive games. He's played pretty solid this year against the Spurs. Through 2 games, he's averaged 52 DraftKings points against them. And right now, just been playing so well lately. Been very consistent. At least 50 DraftKings points in 4 straight games. Really like Harden here. Love his price tag. I like the savings you get going down from Westbrook to him. I think Harden is a really good play. You could go to Lillard at 9,300 against Miami. That's not a good matchup, but Lillard in Portland, just as a team, they've been so good lately, been playing really well. So you could play Dame. I feel like there's going to be some good value on the slate because we do have some injuries that could open up value. So you might be able to play for, you might be able to pay up for 2 studs. You could go Harden and Lillard if you choose to do so. Chris Paul is definitely in a good spot. You could play him at 7,700. Mainly the price tag with him. Another reason I kind of like him today. 7,700 does feel like a little too cheap for Chris Paul. Forgot to mention as well, James Harden, he's listed as out on DraftKings as I'm recording this Sunday night, but he is expected to play today, so don't get concerned about that. Harden's going to play today. But anyways, other point guard plays, like in this mid-tier, you could play Dejounte Murray against Houston. Murray has been getting consistent minutes lately. Last 2 games, he's played 30 minutes in 2 straight games. 29 and 21 DraftKings points. Hasn't been very great, very consistent, but the minutes have been consistent for Murray in the last 2 games, and I think that makes him a good play today if you want to go to him at 5,600. And then if we're going for the value here, mainly like Patty Mills, a guy I wouldn't mind playing at 4,100. We know Manu Ginobili is going to be out today. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be out as well for the Spurs, so that's a lot of usage and a lot of shots to go around. So Mills and Murray, kind of some guys going to have to soak up some of that usage, take some more shots. So you could play them. Mills, a value play at 4,100. But that's really what I'm seeing for this position for the value. So moving on to shooting guard. If you're not playing Harden here, I'm not in love with a lot of the top options. I think Eric Bledsoe would definitely be a fine play. 6,800. Him and Middleton both feel a little bit too underpriced. So you could play them if you wanted to go to them at shooting guard. But they're not guys I feel like I'm jamming in today. Kind of like some of the value options here, like Buddy Hield. 5,100. I do like if you're going a little bit cheaper. He's been playing pretty well lately. At least 30 DraftKings points in 2 of his last 3 games. The minutes have been pretty consistent for Buddy Hield. You're going to get close to 30 minutes from him, if not more than that, pretty much every game, at least as of late. 27, 31, 30, and 27 minutes. Last 4 games for Buddy Hield. So you can play him if you're going cheap. He's done really well this year against the Thunder. Through 3 games against them, he's played an average of 28 minutes and has put up an average of 34 DraftKings points. So for what it's worth, he's done well in this matchup. Buddy Hield, good value play, I feel like, at shooting guard. And then sub 5K, it's mainly Patty Mills that I see if you're going cheap here. So moving on to small forward, we got Giannis, Paul George up top here, our top 2 studs. Giannis, I feel like I'm not really going to be paying up for today at 10,800. Definitely a good matchup against Memphis. Although Memphis is known to be a good defensive team, they're not as good defensively this year. They do still play at a pretty slow pace, which you don't really like to see, but I wouldn't be full-on fading Giannis today. If I'm making multiple lineups, I do like him on this slate. I think I would prefer Harden, but if you're making multiple lineups or if you found a lot of value that you like and you can play 2 studs, don't mind going Giannis and Harden. Giannis did put up 55 DraftKings points earlier this year against Memphis. Played 43 minutes, so played a ton of minutes. Played a pretty solid game, getting 55 DK points. And he's been solid lately, getting at least DraftKings points in 3 of his last 4 games. So Giannis at 10-8, I don't mind on the slate. Like I said, prefer Harden, but Giannis is definitely an option. PG, not feel like I'm going to have a lot of exposure to him at 8,300. Kind of just think that's a little bit too much of a price. JaMychal Green, kind of feel like he's overpriced at 7,100, especially with Marc Gasol expected to play today. So looking for other small forward plays. If we want to go this mid-range, it's mainly like Buddy Hield, who I like, at least in this 5K range. But going sub 5K, or you could play Josh Richardson as well, just because he plays a ton of minutes, and he is really cheap at 5,300. Going to need him defensively. Richardson is a good defender. You would imagine he's going to guard CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard for a lot of this game. So Richardson you could also play in that 5K range. But then sub 5K, there is a guy that I really like here. Actually, 2 guys you could play, but one guy I do like. Rudy Gay at 4,700, I feel like is a really good value option today. Going up against Houston, we already know that LaMarcus Aldridge is not going to play today. So that's a lot of shots to go around. I feel like Rudy Gay going to play pretty well off the bench today. I'm expecting him to play close to 25 minutes, if not exceed that amount. If this game is competitive, if Rudy Gay's playing really well off the bench, he will definitely get some solid minutes. He's a pretty good point per minute producer when he's on the court. He's going to grab rebounds, going to score the ball, definitely going to rack up the fantasy points. And you would imagine this game going to be one of the more competitive games on the slate. So I like Rudy Gay today. If you're going cheap at small forward, you can play Bertans at 4,200 since Aldridge is out. Bertans would most likely start and play close to 30 minutes, about 25 minutes. He's only 4,200, so Bertans and Rudy Gay, both guys I do like if you're going cheap. And then if you're looking really cheap, there is a really cheap option I like is small forward. You can also play him at power forward. Jeremy Grant at 3,800. Definitely a good value play, I feel like, today, especially if Steven Adams is out. As I'm recording this on Sunday night, Steven Adams is listed as questionable. If Adams misses, I don't think Jeremy Grant's going to start, but I'd expect him to play close to 25, around 26, 27 minutes off the bench if Adams is indeed out. It is a great matchup against the Kings. You can definitely play bigs against the Kings, so I do like Jeremy Grant here. If you're going cheap, if Steven Adams is out today, hopefully we should have that news before lock since there are 3 8 o'clock games and then there's only 1 late night game. That news should come in before lock if Adams is going to play, and if he is indeed out, you can play Jeremy Grant. I think he's a good option, just 3,800. But that's it for small forward for the value. So moving on to power forward, looking for plays I haven't already mentioned. A lot of plays here up top I've kind of already talked about. So going to this mid-range, Pau Gasol, a mid-range play that really sticks out to me today. 5,700 against Houston with LaMarcus Aldridge off the court. Pau Gasol is going to be a great play. The guy gets a ton of usage. He's had triple-doubles this year when Aldridge has missed. I know in that Lakers game, Aldridge didn't play, and Gasol played 33 minutes, put up 50 DraftKings points, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. A really good game from Pau. Just with Aldridge off the court, Pau just gets so much usage, more opportunity to score the ball, more opportunity for rebounds, assists, and I just think he's a really good play here at 5,700 with Aldridge off the court. So I really like him in that mid-range. You can also play Kelly O. I think Olynyk's definitely a good play as well at 5,600, especially if Whiteside doesn't play today. Whiteside's questionable. If Whiteside misses, Kelly O is going to get some good usage off the bench. So you could go to him at 5,600. Would much rather have Gasol, but if you want to play maybe Olynyk at center or play him at forward or in your util, you could do that. And then if we're going sub 5K, it's kind of the plays I've already talked about, like Rudy Gay, you can play at power forward, Bertans, and Jeremy Grant, all eligible at this position. Bam Adebayo, people might go to him if Whiteside's out, but I probably won't be going there. Just Adebayo usually never gets big minutes. He's cheap at 3,800, but a guy like Jeremy Grant, I would much rather have if Steven Adams is out at the same price tag. So that's it for power forward. Moving on to center today. Up top here, definitely got a play I'm trying to pay up for. Marc Gasol against Milwaukee. I think it's a great play today, especially given Gasol's price tag. He's just way too cheap in my opinion. 7,500 for Gasol, and if he's going to play full minutes here, he's going to definitely return value on this price. In the games lately, the Gasol's played his full minutes. Last 4 games, played 36, 37, 27, and 32 minutes. He's put up 38, 45, 35, and 41 DraftKings points. This is a great matchup against the Bucks. I feel like Gasol going to be one of the more popular plays, at least on DraftKings, given this price tag. But it makes so much sense. Just such a good matchup. He's too cheap. With all those guys out, with Evans out, with Chalmers out, with Harrison out, just a lot of usage for Gasol to soak up. He's going to do so much when he's on the court. So he's a really good play today. Definitely like him as center if you are looking to go up top there. And then looking for other plays like Steven Adams, Capella, Cauley-Stein, all in this mid-range you could go to. My favorite option would probably be Cauley-Stein, especially if Randolph is out today. Randolph did play on Sunday, I believe, and the Kings are on a back-to-back, so there's a chance Randolph could rest this game. When Randolph has missed and Cauley-Stein's played, Cauley-Stein's done really well with Randolph off the court, at least for fantasy. So I don't mind him at 6,200 if you are going to that price range. Then Kelly O, 5,600 you could play. Nurkic is dirt cheap at 5,600, but he's just such a risky play. I'm not sure if I want to go to Nurkic right now. The minutes have just been so inconsistent. Some nights Nurkic might play close to 30 minutes. Some nights he only might get 20 minutes. You don't really know. But you are getting a really good discount on him. Nurkic has a lot of upside at this price tag. So if you maybe want to play him in tournaments as a sort of a risk-reward play, if he gets the minutes, Nurkic could definitely get like 7-8x on that price. So he's a tournament play I like. And then sub 5K, it's not a lot here. I haven't already mentioned like Bam Adebayo, people might go to, but I probably won't be going there. Don't see a lot of value at center that I'm absolutely in love with. So I think that's it for center, guys, and I think that's it for this video. This video is probably pretty quick. I kind of went through quickly just because I'm recording this late. But hopefully the video did help you. Hopefully you got some good analysis out of it, and hopefully you're ready for tonight's slate. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe as well if you haven't already. And if you don't follow me on Twitter yet, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link down in the description at the DFS_GOAT. Always active on Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter if you do have any questions about anything. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck tonight on this slate, guys. Peace.